The emergency services say they are monitoring low-lying areas in Johannesburg where flood warnings have been issued. The weather services says it expects thunderstorms and hail over some parts of the city, including parts of Soweto, Alexandra and Ivory Park. But to give us more clarity on this issue, we're now joined on the line by Johannesburg Emergency Services spokesperson, Mr. Robert Mulauzi. Robert, thank you so much for joining us right here on AM News.
Good morning to Val and good morning to the viewers.
Now, where exactly can people expect floods and heavy rains?
Yeah, within the city of Johannesburg, our flood-prone areas will be Deep Slot, Sand, Ivory Park, Alexandra, Orlando West, Dobsonville, Meadowlands, Meadale, Klipspruit area, and Due area alongside the Klip Valley. Those will be the areas which we are monitoring. And also that monitoring will be assisted by our automatic rainfall systems which we have installed in most of those areas in an effort to reduce the impact of flash flood. The aim of this was to monitor these automatic rainfall systems is to monitor the rainfall patterns and also to create awareness and also to serve as an early warning so that we can be able to disseminate information to the most vulnerable people, which will be the people within the informal settlement.
Now, the Disaster Management Centre's contact details were on your screens, and do continue writing them down so you can report any disaster in your area. But Robert, I mean, we have heard reports of the MEC of Human Settlement having to reach out to Mamelodi in Pretoria and moving out up to 5 families out of their homes after they were, of course, affected by heavy rains. But how much havoc has been caused by floods, especially in areas around Johannesburg?
Yeah, I think so far we have been, lucky so far that we haven't had a situation where we had to evacuate people in the city of Johannesburg. We have been monitoring most of the river streams in Soweto. There's a river stream there alongside there. There's a Jackskay which is moving across the Soweto area, which is normally most of the time we have a number of people who are just living on across the river bend there. So, and also in Calfontaine, we haven't had any situation where we had to evacuate people. However, we have had a number of incidences where we had to move away, motorists. For instance, over the weekend, we had an incident where motorists tried to take a chance to cross a flooded bridge. And unfortunately, the vehicle was washed away. And then in the process, there were about 3 people who were inside the vehicle, of which we had to rescue. So I think from our side, we are on our knees, Melo and the viewers out there, to say, let's try and avoid flooded roads and flooded bridges. We know that motorists, they tend to take a chance to try and cross those areas. And also, again, to Melo, the young children now, the schools are closed, it's the holiday period. Young children are at home. We have received a lot of rain in most parts of the city. Young children might be tempted to swim in these river streams and also play around the drainage systems and also dams which might have been formed by this flooded, the waters which have been received throughout the week. So we just want parents to make sure that they monitor the children to stay away from those areas. And however, from our side as emergency services personnel, we will remain on high alert, monitoring those areas which I've mentioned to make sure that we can swiftly and effectively respond to any emergency which might occur throughout the city of Johannesburg.
Now, how can people also help those who have been affected by the floods? I mean, in terms of donations, in terms of, awareness campaigns, like you've mentioned just now, where you alerted even parents to ensure that they guard their young children who are on holiday at this moment?
Yes, if, for instance, there are people who want to assist us within the city of Johannesburg, they can contact our Disaster Management Center, which is the number, which is 011-286-6000, where they can be able to communicate with our disaster management official. Maybe I'll just take advantage of the opportunity to say we have got our public education team, which is out there within communities. Today we are in a Cresta shopping mall where we are communicating with the people who are visiting the mall there, and we will be doing that throughout most of the shopping centers or shopping malls within the city of Johannesburg, to inform them also about the safe use of fireworks, because you will recall, Tumelo, that in the next few hours, we will be celebrating the New Year, so we will be tempted to use, fireworks. Some of us will be tempted to use them, unsafely. So those are some of the messages we are communicating with the communities out there to make sure that they don't use these fireworks unsafely, and also they don't give them to young children, because we have seen in the past young children losing their hands due to these, fireworks which are being given to young children to ignite. So those are some of the programs we continue to conduct throughout the festive season to make sure that the people of the city of Johannesburg are safe during this holiday period.
And I do hope that they have listened to this conversation that we just had, and they will adhere to all the pointers you mentioned. Thank you so much, Robert. Always a pleasure talking to you. Now, that was Johannesburg Emergency Services spokesperson Robert Mulaudzi giving us an update on how, we should stay alert, especially during these floods that are occurring in Johannesburg and other parts of Tshwane, like in Mamelodi. And the number that you can contact for any disaster management, that, if you want to make them aware of any flooding in your area, you can always call 011-286-6000. The number again is 011-286-6000.